Let me tell you how it will be. There's one for you, 19 for me, because I'm the tax man. Yeah, I'm the tax man. Hey, shout out to the Beatles. What's going on, everyone? There are two things inevitable in life that that's death and taxes. And they intersect when an estate of a descendant is being settled through the probate process. I'm Courtney Rollins with Life and Transitions Experts. I am the probate specialist in Durham, North Carolina, having such a blast digging deeper into and learning more and more about the probate process so that I can turn around and serve folks out there in the Durham area or experiencing probate in Durham, get through it as efficiently, smoothly as possible. And it allows them to avoid a lot of mistakes, hopefully a lot of pain, and avoid a lot of the cost that could be associated with the lengthy and sometimes expensive probate process. So if you are here because you're interested in probate, interested in real estate, or perhaps you're some other type of professional who helps people prepare for these life big events and changes, such as death, such as taxes, such as moving and doing real estate transactions, then you are in the right place. So today we're actually going to look at a short conversation about filing individual and estate tax returns in North Carolina, particularly in Durham, but in North Carolina. So let's jump into it. So state and federal taxes may be due, and state and federal fiduciary income taxes may also be necessary. Now we know North Carolina does not have a state tax or a death tax. It was repealed back in 2013. However, there still may be some federal taxes that may be required, as well as some state taxes that are required based on the facts of the estate. Again, this depends on the descendant's gross estate combined with any adjustable taxable gifts and any specific exemptions. It also will depend heavily on the date on the time that the descendant died. Now, after the letters are granted, giving the personal representative the authority to be the representative and to move forward with the probate process, that personal representative should immediately contact the state and federal tax offices or tax professionals to determine what information, if any, they need to have filed with those offices. You also need let me just state, I am not a financial advisor and I'm not an attorney and I'm not offering legal advice. All of this comes from my experience digging into the probate process, learning as much as I can, because the more specialized and the better my experience is, the more I can help more people and help them along the journey. So please consult a financial advisor or a tax professional for these. You'll definitely need that. If you need help finding one, I have a deep reservoir of resources and folks in the network across the nation, and particularly, of course, in Durham, North Carolina. So feel free to reach out to me, DM me, text me, or go to estateproservice.com. You can sign up for free one-on-one consultation, and I'll help guide you along the way, which will help you avoid some of the cost of trying to find the right ones who maybe can't handle it the proper way, or just the headache of just searching for someone. We know that you have an estate professional that is vetted, that will be connected to you. So reach out to us and we'd love to help you. But to get those tax forms, if you just want to go for yourself, the North Carolina Department of Revenue, you can Google that or go online and search that. But it's the phone number right now is 1-877-252-3052. That's the North Carolina Department of Revenue, 1-877-252-3052. And you'll be able to let them know your situation, and they'll tell you the forms that you need to fill out, and then you can take those forms to your tax professional to make sure that it's aligned with of course the laws and the strategies that are going to help the estate settle. Now, if you are filing estate tax returns as the personal representative, you should request those closing letters from the taxing authority and file those copies with the probate clerk so that everyone sees and knows what's going on. Don't want any surprises. Now, let's say that you find out that there are no state, estate, or inheritance taxes that are due. Now, the personal representative, you're going to need to show to the clerks of courts the certification that no estate or inheritance taxes are required. This form is called the estate tax certification. Long word is for descendants dying on or after January 1st, 1999. That's form AOC-E 212, or the inheritance in the state tax certification. And this is for the people who passed away prior to January 1st, 1999. And that's form AOCE, AOC-E-207. If you need access to these forms, again, holler at your boys and your family folks over at the State Pro Service, or a probate specialist in your area, and they should be able to point you in the right direction so that you are limiting the amount of time, expenses, and things of that nature that may come in because of not knowing the exact steps and having to retrace steps or find and hunt down the different documents. Yeah, so almost like a one-stop shop to help streamline the whole process. Now, in situations where North Carolina state's taxes were due, again, you have to show that it was satisfied, and you have to share that with the North Carolina state. North Carolina the certificate will be provided by the North Carolina Secretary of Revenue, and it'll express and show that the tax liabilities have been satisfied. Now, if we look at federal estate taxes, again, North Carolina doesn't have an estate tax, but there may be federal taxes that are due. Now, as of right now, this is 2023, January 2023, the federal estate tax exemption, was at $11.70 million for death. So I'm definitely trying to get up in that area where I have to pay federal taxes. That's a great place to be in, right? And for those, so let me say that again, for those that died in 2021 and beyond, though, it goes up to 12.06 million for deaths in 2022 and up. So prior to that, it was 11.7 million, where there was a tax exemption, and the exemption can be portable to a surviving spouse, which means with the right legal instruments and remedies in place, a couple could have an exemption of up to $24.12 million upon their death that they don't have to pass on to the inheritors and all. So definitely check with your tax person so they can get you in the right space, in the right place for you, your family, and beyond. Particularly if you're trying to avoid probate in the future, I definitely recommend that you contact us, because we can put you into the place of a great estate attorney who can make sure your hard-earned inheritance or funds that have generated over time are protected when the inevitable, when you pass away or when someone owns the assets passes away. If you check out the site, if you go to my Estate Pro Services resources, there is a chart there that shows you some of the tax obligations and burdens that you may have, to give you some examples, and I hope they are helpful to you. So that's at www.estateproservice.com. And you can schedule a call with me if you want to connect by texting or going to the site and getting on this schedule. Or you can call me at 919-341-1992. It's 919-341-1992. And we will listen, like I say, with our hearts, and then come up with a plan that works with our head, and then put it to work with our hands. Heart, head, hands approach over here. So this is Courtney Rollins. This is the Life and Transitions Experts podcast. Would love for you to follow us on YouTube, hit the like and subscribe and all that good stuff on Spotify and Apple Music, and leave a review. Help us get stronger, get better. And until then, I hope you found this helpful, and we'll catch you on the next video. Rising tides, it lifts all sails.